fraud starts with you, the business owner. Building strong internal controls for small businesses. Now, this title may sound harsh, but it reflects a practical reality. In many small businesses, fraud does not begin with the staff. It begins with weak systems, excessive trust, or lack of oversight from the owner. So who began the fraud? It is you, the owner. And apologies if that look harsh. So understanding this truth is the first step towards protecting your business and your future. So let's get into the session together. So what will this session do for you? This session is designed to shift your perspective, will help you explore ways to control fraud, how internal control weaknesses arises, and what practical steps you can take to build a resilient business. So one of the things you will learn, some of the things you will learn from this session, you understand why business owners are central to fraud risk. We identify common structural weaknesses in small businesses. We will explain the role of internal controls in fraud prevention. We will highlight the cost of inaction of a weak system, and we'll look at practical steps that the owner must take today. Why are owners vulnerable, particularly owners of small and medium-scale businesses? Unlike large organizations, small businesses often operate with minimal structures. There are fewer checks and balances, limited segregation of duties, and little professional oversight. They rarely get class professionals to help them. As a result, the owner becomes the first and sometimes the only line of defense. So, what are the realities in a small business? Number one, no simplified, structured system. Most times, the owners of this business, they have structure for what they are doing, but they don't have structure for the finance and things that maintain the assets of their business. Number two, there's limited oversight. They feel that the extra money they will spend to get an additional resource will be too much for the business. But when you look at it very well, an extra system or an extra staff or an extra application would have saved you more than the fraud that would have committed without those systems. Number three, fewer staff to check processes. It's another reason why sometimes there are problems in the small businesses. And finally, no dedicated financial or control advisors. Maybe as a small and medium scale business, you wonder what kind of financial advisors do you have? What kind of auditor do you have? It's good you get people that are quality, that focus on structuring your business for you rather than auditing and preparing books for you. It is safer to structure your business and prevent fraud than seeing fraud during audits. And then somebody's taking glory for detecting fraud for you. That is why owners of small and medium scale businesses are, vulnerable. It is important for us to, talk to entrepreneurs and say passion fuels entrepreneurship, true, but passion cannot replace structure. Without proper systems, valuable assets such as cash, inventory, various data, even your reputation will remain exposed to errors, abuse, and fraud. So strong intentions must be backed by strong controls. So if you're passionate about your business, you must be focusing on what? Structure. Passion alone cannot prevent fraud. Weak system expose cash, inventory, and other data. Lack of control increase error and abuse. And structure protect the business. Do you understand? Build systems that work. You must build a system that can function without you. And for those of us in small and medium scale businesses, I think that should be the target. So when you're doing anything today, you'll be wondering, this system that I'm operating, Can it work without me? If you do this, there will be operational efficiency and effectiveness. There will be proper resource management. There will be accountability and sustainability. And there will be reduction in dependence on you. That's why you need to strive to build system that works. So why should you invest in control? What are the benefits? Internal control provides clarity and discipline. Number one, it helps owners focus on core business objectives. If you do controls, if you set up your controls properly, what will happen is that you, the owner of the business, you will focus on the business. You will focus on your objective, your vision for starting the business, rather than you chasing minor matters, small matters, operational matters. If you have set up controls, you will focus on the strategy and not the operations. That's number one. Number two, is safeguard business assets. That's true. You all know that putting controls is better. Spending money to put control is better than losing what? Losing assets. Number three, it encourages accountability. If you have put on proper controls in your business, finance controls, operational controls, what it will do is that it will increase what? Accountability on all parts. And finally, controls is what helps you to detect frauds and errors early. You don't wait for an external person to come and detect fraud for you. No. Your controls must be designed to detect fraud and error. And I'm sure you're looking at your business today that can your business detect fraud on its own or errors on its own? Why is internal control structure important? Why? Control supports better decisions. Control supports better decision. With adequate control, you are able to have information that you can trust. And with information, you can make what? You can make good decision. What would good internal control do for you? Number one, there will be accurate financial reporting. You will be knowing the true worth of your business, the true worth of the things that happen in your business. Number two, there will be reliable operational what? Operational data. Number three, there will be better planning and forecasting. You can use the data to forecast, to plan, to say, oh, this if I incur this revenue, if I earn this revenue, it must cost me only this particular amount to earn that particular revenue. You know, that's forecasting and planning. It will reduce guesswork in decision making if you have strong internal control. I think there's no business that you cannot have internal control for. There's no business. No this, no peace. After you have set up the system, the control, you must remember something that no system is perfect. So what must you do? Even the best designs controls can fail if not monitored. So owners must remain vigilant, regularly reviewing the system and adapt controls as the business evolves. So as the business is evolving, be increasing the control. Or when you observe a weakness, you put quickly control around it. Some of times our staff members are smarter than us. So staff will be deploying other areas of fraud. As you begin to identify other areas of fraud, begin to close gap. Internal control is not a one-time exercise, and that's the truth, really. So one thing you must do is you must continue to monitor control breakdown, review system regularly, adapt controls as the business grows. As the business grows, be adapting, be changing. Treat internal control as ongoing. There is no resting place. You've got to be vigilant. So if you choose not to take this action, or you feel that no, this is too expensive for me to get a proper firm to do a proper work for me, your auditor, a proper firm to do a proper work for you, what's the cost of inaction? There'll be more fraud and financial losses. And that's the truth. You will not even know when you are losing. And the cost of losing, the financial loss you have may be far more than the cost you will incur in creating controls or the time you will have spent in creating controls. Number two, inefficient use of resources. There'll be waste of resources. hard-earned resources of your great vision. Number three, it'll be poor decision making. When there's poor data that you're having, you'll not be able to make decisions. Poor data coming out from your finances. Number four, damage your reputation. It can even damage your reputation when things are not done properly, when there are no internal control. It can damage the reputation of the business, of yourself as an entrepreneur. So what action should you take today? Build a shield around your business. Honestly review your internal controls. So I'm speaking to you now. Do you want to be sure that, do I really have strong internal controls? Be honest with yourself. Engage a professional firm that is ready to support your vision, that will help you fulfill your vision. As a business owner, to lead by example. Let your staff know that you are following the process laid down, and that process applies to you yourself. If it applies to you, you can now punish those who are not following suit. And finally, commit to strong governance and discipline as the owner, and let it be entrenched in the whole of the business. I'm sure you now understand why we say fraud starts with you. And I think the fraud can stop with you today. Thank you.